taking your calls right now at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546.
Online tonight.
So you will listen to every damn word I have to say!
And now, from the craziest city on the planet, this is Online Tonight, on the air toll-free at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. And now, the host of Online Tonight, Max.
All right, that's me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What a game. What a game. And I don't want to spoil it for anybody who maybe worked a different hours today. So I'm just going to say congratulations to the winner of the Super Bowl. I did make it back in time to do the show, so I'm glad that worked out. It was an interesting setup. I'm going to talk about food real fast. First of all, where are you? You are listening to Online Tonight or watching it for our YouTube watchers. This is the second Sunday of February. This is show number 2097. Of course, it's Super Bowl Sunday. Just finished watching the game, as I mentioned. And we had wings and onion dip and tempura shrimp and sodas. No alcohol because I had to work tonight. So there you go. I'm not going to share any spoilers as I promised. Started off slow. I will say that. But then, sometimes that's how it goes. I'm used to football, meaning British football, which is soccer here in America. And those games are usually like 2-3 or 2-1, sometimes 0-1. It's like a hockey game, low scoring game. But this one picked up, so that's great. What are we here to do? Not really talk about the Super Bowl because we're not a sports show. We're not a politics show. We talk about tech, pop culture, and more. I want you to think of me as your free tech support. That's really what we love to do here, what we've been doing since the beginning, since the 90s. But we can talk about other things, pop culture, more. More for me is anything but politics. So think theme parks, food, pets, video games, movies. Coming up this hour, of course, we've got our hourly Geek Speak, our hourly Bookmark This. Amazon's going to be spending big on AI, apparently. A couple of recalls that we want you to be aware of. And our review of Wonder Man, a new series from the Marvel Universe. You can contact the show in a couple different ways, but the best way is to use our toll-free telephone number, 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. Using our Broadcast Bionic Caller One system. It's fantastic. If you ever want information on that, just let me know. Again, 1-800-39-ONLINE. That's the best way to get in to the live show because I always have follow-up questions. But you can also send an email or leave a text or a voicemail. The email address, show@onlinetonight.com. And the text voicemail number, 951-395. Did I say show@onlinetonight.com? Got other shows in my brain today. That's the one you want to use. The text voicemail number, 951-395-1017. Data rates may apply. Leaving a voicemail is your authorization to broadcast your likeness. Again, that number, 951-395-1017. Miss Victoria is producing the show. She's answering your calls. She's checking the messages on all the different platforms. This portion of the show, before we get started, is brought to you by Paramount Plus. This streamer has become a serious contender in sports, and this month they are adding the UFC, the EFL, the UEFA, and the UFC. Those are going to be available under the basic streaming plan. But with the Premier plan, you also get NCAA and PGA. You can find out all Paramount Plus has to offer by using our website, onlinetonight.com/stream, onlinetonight.com/STREAM. And this portion of the show is also brought to you by my pirate-themed merchandise. I've got shirts, hats, mugs, tote bags, stickers. I got all kinds of stuff. You can check it out by going to onlinetonight.com/store. AI news. If you are a Super Bowl watcher like I am, I primarily watch for the commercials. I hate when people talk during the commercials. Talk during the game. I'm here to watch the commercials. So I'm a commercial nut. Partly because of VO and I did commercials as a kid, and they're usually really good. Alexa Plus had an ad, and so I wanted to touch on that just a minute. Alexa Plus is now available. It used to be extra, a monthly fee, but if you're a Prime member, you now get it at no additional cost. You don't have to pay that $13 a month or that $14 a month for Alexa Plus. You now get it included in your Prime membership. It can be accessed via the Alexa app, Alexa-enabled devices, and, of course, Alexa.com. Users can activate it by saying, hopefully this won't turn your device on or do this for you. I'll spell it probably. Alexa. Upgrade to Alexa Plus. Or you can just log in, right, to your account and click the upgrade button. It has been testing since last year, February of 2025. And it uses a Nova, which is Amazon's large language model. And, of course, it is assisted by Anthropic. It offers more advanced, personalized, and proactive capabilities than the previous version of Alexa. Some of the features include ordering food, booking reservations, and rides. When it says rides, I don't mean like theme park rides. I mean like ride share. Scheduling repairs. I guess that means the plumber or the HVAC guy or the gal or whoever comes out to help you with that. Helps you control your smart home devices. That's pretty cool. And it can now act as an answering machine. I'm not sure how it works that way. Oh, it will answer your questions. So it's a machine that will answer questions for you, like how many ounces in a cup, how many quarts in a gallon. I like to cook, so I'm always trying to make conversions. I got a recipe from 1849, and it said to use a pint of cream. But I don't know if you know anything about the 1700s. Their size of pints in ounces were different. And so that was a whole nightmare to try to figure out what that was. By the way, in case you're not a Prime person, $139 a year, $15 a month. You can get the standalone Alexa Plus subscription for $20 a month. Non-Prime members can access limited free chat versions at Alexa.com.
Why would you get it for more just to have the Alexa Plus?
I don't know. Some people might be pro AI and not pro Prime shipping.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You got to give the people the options and let them choose. That's why the options are there, because somebody's going to do something that we think is different.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Alexa Plus and the upcoming Siri update are the next generation versions of the voice assistant, and Amazon has beat Apple to the market. Amazon is spending a lot of money on AI, by the way. $200 billion in 2026, that's their estimate. They are projected to spend 50% more in capital expenditures this year than they did last year, so around $200 billion. The announcement sent Amazon shares down over 10% in after-hours trading and 4.4 lower during regular trading. The CEO, Andy, over there, defended AWS's performance, noting 24% year-over-year growth on around $142 billion is what they're bringing in that department, just that department. AWS revenue reached $35.6 billion in December, just this December quarter only. Google grew about their cloud services grew about 48% to $17 billion, and Amazon rose 39%. So it's a tight market, but I believe AWS is still.
That last one was
leading.
Microsoft.
What'd I say?
Amazon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Microsoft Azure is up 39%. So Amazon is where I wanted to go. Still the big leader there. Still the one to go after. The top four hyperscalers, as they're called, Amazon being number one, Microsoft, Google, and Meta, are expected to spend over $600 billion just this year, combined, not each, on AI. Investors are a little worried about this spending. Like, it just seems a little bit out of control. AWS, by the way, accounts for 15 to 20% of sales, but more than 60% of the operating profit, so it's a high margin item. It's 24% Q4 growth last year, as I mentioned, was one of their strongest in 13 quarters. very quickly, and one of the funny things in the Super Bowl ad was Anthropic, the makers of Claude, which is an AI thing, said, we're not going to have ads like OpenAI keeps talking about doing. There was an OpenAI ad, and there was a Claude ad. And Claude was saying, hey, wouldn't it be great if we didn't have ads in the middle of our chat conversation? So Claude responds to not including ads, sponsored links, product placement, or advertising influence. And they made that clear during the Super Bowl. What was your favorite Super Bowl commercial? Give me a ring, 1-800-39-ONLINE. Stay tuned.
If you're an author interested in turning your works into audiobooks, Narrate Your Own Book is for you. Since 2005, David H. Lawrence XVII has taught 3,000 students the ins and outs of voiceover work, including narration of audiobooks. As an author, your curriculum includes more than the performance and recording aspects of narration. You also learn how to prepare your manuscript to become an audiobook and market it once it's finished. Visit narrateyourownbook.com for more information and a sample class. narrateyourownbook.com.
There's no better way to bond with your cats than with a special treat. Lickin' Lap by Vitacraft is a healthy 5-pack saucy tureen snack full of a creamy paste that your cats are gonna love. Free from artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives, it's the perfect snack between meals. Lickin' Lap is available at Walmart, your local pet stores, and of course, on their website at vitacraft.us.
We call ourselves ASAP Travel for one reason. We can help you book a ticket ASAP. For those of you that don't know, that means as soon as possible. That means no wait time. You get through right away. No searching online. Our specialty is the lowest available fares on the big name airlines. You know them. We can't tell you their names. You can fly domestically or internationally and save more money than you could if you call the airlines directly. Our proprietary software goes underneath the hood of the major airline booking systems and finds you the best rates available. So if you're ready to make your travel plans right now, business or vacation travel, we have all the major airlines, always at great rates. Call ASAP Trips and we'll have your ticket in your inbox in 15 minutes. Call this number now.
800-515-4035. 800-515-4035. 800-515-4035. That's 800-515-4035.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive. Like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
You can't escape a traffic jam. Know what else you can't escape? Seasonal allergies. And you might think you can avoid that coffee stain until... Oh, really? You can't escape a lot of things in life, but you can escape prediabetes. Prediabetes captures 1 in 3 adults. There are usually no signs of prediabetes. In fact, most people don't even know they have it. But with early diagnosis, you can change the outcome and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Take action by taking the 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. You might not be able to escape having this song stuck in your head, but you can escape prediabetes. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org today. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Online tonight. Speak.
All right, this hour's Geek Speak, where we take a tech term and turn it into plain English right before your very ears, is authentication. Authentication. More on that in just a moment. This Geek Speak is powered by Anchor. I'm excited that Anchor has launched their new Nano wireless car charger. It means that your phone is held securely within view using the QI2 certified 15-watt wireless charging pad. What's cool is the charging pad is removable. It's detachable. You can take it with you. The other thing that's nice is that the charging head rotates 360 degrees. You can tilt the thing 45 degrees. That's going to help you find the most comfortable viewing angle. Check out all the great Anchor products by using our website, onlinetonight.com/anchor, onlinetonight.com/ANKER. Now, authentication. Authentication, as you may or may not know, is the process of verifying your identity, right, to usually to a website, or it can be used in other ways. In a way, your ATM machine, you have to authenticate that by using your PIN number, right? If you're using a website, you usually use your username and a password, and that way you can get into the website, usually banking websites, purchasing like stores, places like that. Other types of authentication include using the 4 or 6-digit passcode to unlock your phone, or a single password to log into your laptop or your work computer. Every time you check or send email, the email server is verifying your identity by matching your email address with the correct password. It's usually saved and built into your email program, but that's how it's working. It's authenticating you so they can grab your mail. This information is often saved in your web browser, or, as I mentioned, embedded into the settings in your email program, usually in a preferences file. Biometrics may also be used. As an example, fingerprint scanners. I have a fingerprint scanner on my laptop. Apple uses Face ID. There's retinal scanners. Sometimes you have to use your thumbprint to open a lock. Say you're into firearms and you have one of those fancy safes. There's different ways to authenticate, and really what it is you proving that you are who you say you are. That is this hour's Geek Speak. Authentication. All right, phone lines are open, 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. Very simple. Use that number. Call into our Broadcast Bionics Caller One system. You'll get right in. Don't forget, you can follow me on X and Instagram. I use the same account name on both platforms, at Max Smart Radio. At Max Smart Radio. Miss Victoria?
Yes, we have a listener question. This one came via text from somebody called Hungry in Houston. When I go out to eat with my family, we struggle to remember what each person likes or dislikes at certain restaurants, and ultimately end up repeating bad experiences. Do you know of any apps that could track this for me, like keeping notes on restaurants? I have an iPhone.
Sure. Yeah. I was actually going to write an app, and I was telling somebody about it, and they said, why don't you just use the feature on your iPhone in reminders? And I said, I don't know anything about it. And they showed it to me, and I was excited and sad at the same time. The way reminders used to work was they had this thing called a grocery list, and it's in the Apple's Reminders app, which is on your phone. They've had it since, I don't know, iOS 17 or 18. And what it does is it organizes your items into food-related categories. So when you go shopping and you walked into a grocery store using location services, it would then pop up and say, hey, by the way, you told me you needed these grocery items. Well, they have now, at least in the version of the operating system that I'm running, 26. I don't know if it's on 18 or not because I don't have that anymore. But in iOS 26, underneath groceries, it says restaurants. And you can leave yourself notes. As an example, I recently went to a pizza place. They're a bar and grill, but they're known for their pizza. and I like their flatbread. One day I said, I'm going to try their wings. Their wings weren't as good as the flatbread. And then I remembered I saw something on the menu. This is what kind of gave me the idea for the app. I saw something on the menu that I wanted to try the next time. Well, now I can go into reminders, go into restaurants. When I'm in that particular restaurant, or I'm just going to call it pizza place, I can hit this is the location I'm at. And the next time I walk in, you can actually pick when you are going into the store or when you are leaving the store, give me a reminder. And what I did is I selected when I'm going in, this is the pizza I've had before, the flatbread I had before. I didn't care for the wings, and this is what I wanted to try next time. And it pops up, and it reminds me of what my experience was, which is exactly what I wanted. So I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. Now, if you're into the grocery thing, there's some additional settings for groceries. You can set the type. You can set the type to groceries. You can tap to it. It will automatically sort the things that you've added into different sections like produce and meat and dairy and bakery so that they're kind of grouped together. So while you're in that particular section of the grocery store, you can find those things. Let's say you wanted to try a smoked Gouda to put on your tacos for a change to make it a little more, I don't know, different. You can have the cheeses and the milks and the yogurts and all those things grouped in together, and you don't want to forget your coffee and cream. That would be in the beverage department. It'll group these things based on the categories. It's somewhat smart, so that's pretty good. So Hungry in Houston, I hope that helped you a little bit. I'm sad to say you're not going to need my app because Apple's already taken care of it for you on the iPhone. Again, it's in reminders, and it's under groceries. You should see a thing called restaurant there. The important part is that you kind of set it up while you're at the place that you want to go to. This is the problem I had with groceries, is I go to different stores. And so it wasn't popping up when I was going into the grocery store because I didn't know that was a grocery store that I use. So there's a little bit of setup involved, but it should be fine. If you're not listening live and you want to submit a question just like Hungry did, via text. Our text is 951-395-1017, 951-395-1017. Or, of course, you can email the show at onlinetonight.com. We're talking about groceries, and one of the things I used to love doing as a kid was I would open the frozen concentrated orange juice little tube, and I would eat the concentrated orange juice out of the frozen tube with a spoon. I absolutely love that. They've been doing it for 80 years, but not anymore. Minute Maid will discontinue all of its frozen orange juice products starting within the next couple months of this year. The decision affects only the frozen category, ending an 80-year run that started in 1946 with frozen concentrated orange juice. So if you want it, you got to go get it now. And then don't forget to use that spoon and enjoy it. Stay tuned.
Looking for a one-of-a-kind gift or to complete your own collection? Sumerian Collection offers a wide variety of vintage goods with new items added weekly. Books, collectibles, clothing items, jewelry, gadgets, and gizmos galore. Many items are from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, but exclusive finds from earlier time periods become available as well. Rare vintage items include dolls from around the world and foreign language books. Online shopping at Sumerian Collection is a breeze, with Etsy's secure payment processing and shipping to U.S. locations included free with every purchase. Visit SumerianCollection.etsy.com to see what's new and vintage this week. SAMERIAN Collection.etsy.com. SAMERIAN Collection.etsy.com. Sumerian Collection.
If you turned 65 recently like me, it's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. But finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent. and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to, so make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you.
800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. That's 800-439-7851.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. And never give in to a meltdown. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never let them have too much screen time. And never bribe them for just one more bite. You say you'd never let them out in public without their hair brushed. Never, ever become a minivan mom. And you'd never give them your phone for a quiet dinner.
Calling boss work phone.
So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for the... And there they go, almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. Loveyourmindtoday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Looking around for the phone number, it's 1-800-39-ONLINE. 1-800-396-6546.
Online tonight.
Well, I have to say, I've heard of you, but I'm not too familiar with your show.
This should give you a good idea of what we can bring to your station.
Hey, thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate you including me in your day, however you are listening. Really appreciate it. This is Online Tonight. My name is Max. Feel free to use our toll-free telephone number 1-800-39-online using our Broadcast Bionics Caller One system. Again, that number 1-800-396-6546. Of course, you can reach me by email or using our text voicemail number. The email address, show@onlinetonight.com. And the text voicemail number is 951-395-1017. Before we jump into our series television review, I always get confused when it's not actually on television, when it's on streaming. So we'll just call it the series review. Let me tell you very quickly about how cool I think the Govee Neon Rope Light 2 is. It looks just like a neon sign from a few feet away. It's incredibly shapeable. It looks like a neon light without all the weird gas and it being made out of glass. It's got really unique bend clips to help you create those angles and those corners in your own custom style. It comes in a 10-foot roll and a 16.4-foot roll, and you can get it at Govee. Check out our website at onlinetonight.com/Govee. That's onlinetonight.com/GOVEE. And now, our series review. That's what we're calling.
From Hollywood.
One very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Blockbusters, tearjerkers, family fare.
Everything is awesome.
What's worth seeing in the theater and what should you just watch at home?
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Here are your hosts.
I'm Max.
And I'm Victoria.
All right, we want to share with you our thoughts on the new series, live-action series, called Wonder Man, rated TV 14 on Disney Plus from Marvel Studios. And this is from a comic book. And it's really about a person who has superpowers in a way. But if you know anything about the Marvel Universe right now, there are normies and there are enhanced humans. And the enhanced humans right now are kind of getting round up. Let's put it that way. And so this series kind of touches on that. Miss Victoria, how many episodes are there? Any stars you'd like to highlight before we jump into a little bit of the premise?
Yes. So this is what they're calling a TV miniseries, and there's no promise of a continuation past this first season. So this is likely to be a standalone, what they call spotlight series, where it focuses on a single character. And there are 8 episodes, which are all, I believe they're around half an hour long-ish. You know, they vary.
Yeah, I think the shortest one was 29 and the longest one was 40.
And it's kind of funny because I feel like this is about the furthest we've gone from feeling like a Marvel series. In this, it feels like a very independent kind of thing. And the reason for that is that the character, like the one character that ties us to the Marvel Universe or properties that we've seen in the Marvel Universe before, is one that was on the very fringes of just a couple of different movies over the life of the MCU. And that is played by Ben Kingsley, or Sir Ben Kingsley. He plays Trevor Slattery, who we have seen in a couple of movies, Iron Man 3, I think it was, and Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings. He played the Mandarin,
right?
Which was a character that he played that was a terrorist.
Yeah, he acted as a terrorist.
Yes, and he was blamed for certain things, but he was just playing a role.
Right, he was reading a script from a villain.
Right.
He wasn't the villain.
Right. And then the other people who are in the series are, our main protagonist is Simon Williams, played by Yahya Abdul-Mateen, and his agent, Janelle, is played by X Mayo. So those are the main characters. We do get some cameos from some other people in and among the episodes, but those are the main ones.
Any cameos you want to highlight?
I mean, the main one that I recall is Joey Pants or Joe Pantoliano. I can't recall. Do you have any that spring to mind?
No, but that's okay. The premise is that when Simon was a young boy, one of the things he enjoyed while his father was still around, another dead parent, while his father was around, was they watched this TV series called Wonder Man. Think of like the campy 70s Batman kind of thing. And he enjoyed, it was a movie. His dad, the dad realized he was getting bullied at school, and one day he just took him to the movies because, Simon had a cough. You have a cough, right? In the back seat. Oh, great. All right, I'll take you to the movies. Just took him to the movies. They got to see Wonder Man. He absolutely loved this series. Coincidentally, Simon is an enhanced human and has certain types of powers, which may or may not resemble those of the Wonder Man character from the movie. Now, Simon is in Los Angeles, so if you know the LA area, you'll see a lot of landmarks that you're going to recognize, and you'll say, no, how did they get from there to there in 15 minutes? It's not technically possible, but that's okay.
That's the joy of living in the LA area and watching things that are filmed here.
That's not realistic because we actually have cars on the road. But what's interesting is he lives in LA because he is a budding actor. The problem is he's super intelligent. He knows books from 100 different genres inside and out. He's also very learned in acting techniques. And so he discusses those with the people who are making the film to the point of annoyance. He also has to have serious backstories for every single person. Like, what books do I have in my backpack? Well, there aren't any books in your backpack. I know, but if there were books in my backpack, would they be Egyptian history? Would they be, he just goes off on these weird tangents on.
It's very detail oriented
on why he has to have this backstory because he thinks it would make his thing better.
But
to the point where he even tells the director, I think the lighting should be changed and the blocking, like from this person, like they're not super friends, and so he wouldn't let that person get that close to him. And it backfires on him. Go ahead.
It makes sense that he's like this though, because he doesn't really have control over his powers. And they are very dangerous, and he has to stay very controlled. And so having control over all the little details in his life allows him to kind of feel that aspect of control.
Sure. Well, but because of Iron Man and because of what is it, Shang-Chi movie?
Yep. Shang-Chi and the
Hollywood, especially because of something that happened, and it's explained to you in the series. It's called the Dorman Act. It's not really a law, but it's kind of what Hollywood has agreed to, is that any enhanced humans aren't allowed to work in Hollywood.
Oh, that's right. Josh Gad.
Yeah, Josh Gad's in this as well. And so this becomes a challenge because a very famous director decides to bring back Wonder Man. You know how Hollywood's always taken something that was old and trying to make it new again, like The Fall Guy and a bunch of other movies. I'm not saying those were good or bad. I'm just saying, why not make something new? They like to recycle things from the old days. That's what they're doing in this case. He auditions for it along with Sir, what's his name?
Ben.
Sir Ben. And they end up, are they going to get the part? Are they not going to get a part? That's the whole thing. But they meet while they're trying out for this movie. But Simon is afraid that his powers are going to be found, in which case he's going to get fired or not be allowed to audition because, it's not allowed. Final words.
I really like the series. I love the character development. I give it a 4.5 out of 5.
I'm going to join you in a 4.5 out of 5. And what I really, 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 really liked was how good the acting in this is. I mean, these were fantastic scenes, and I was highly impressed. I will probably watch some of it again. Stay tuned.
At Bon Voyage Earns, we love our pets. We couldn't imagine our lives without them. But we know that when they pass on, we want to treat them with the respect they deserve, because they're family members too. Bon Voyage Earns makes biodegradable, marine-safe urns for the delivery of pets' cremated remains to a beautiful resting place in the Pacific Ocean. Love them while you have them. Give them a proper send-off when it's time. More information at bvorns.com.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Our research team has found a perfect solution to solve any man's ED problem, erectile dysfunction. Even the word is a bummer. And those pharmacy pills are expensive, but when you call our special toll-free number, you can always buy 40 to 50 pills for around $2 each. At your pharmacy, you could spend up to $65 for just one pill. Our price is around $2, and our formula works virtually the same as the expensive pills. We even deliver them to your door in a confidential package so you don't have to go anywhere. Just pick up the phone and order 40 to 50 highly effective ED pills for around $2 each. It's a no-brainer. You'll save hundreds of dollars and you'll have our 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call now to order 40 to 50 ED pills with no prescription for around $2 each.
Call Steelman now at 800-764-9168. 800-764-9168. That's 800-764-9168.
Where do my friends and other students find their voice? We find our voice through the performing arts, along with millions of other high school students. By expressing yourself in a role on stage, through an instrument, or at the debate podium, the performing arts give us freedom to find ourselves, to find our place. The stage is where I can play, perform, and compete with my friends.
Performing arts at your school is where creativity meets courage. Encourage the students in your life to find their voice through the performing arts. This message presented by the NFHS, where we encourage all students to play, perform, and compete together.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 in the morning, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Mama, what does the chicken say?
Chicken. Oh, okay.
When the wolf?
Oh, a wolf.
Ooh! What about the tiny dog? Cat? Owl? Dolphin? What does the turkey say? Whale?
Whale sound.
Do the giraffe.
Giraffe, really? Okay. Giraffe.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Online tonight.
Hey, bookmark this.
All right. Oh, before I jump into the bookmark this, I just want to give you the name of that series review again because I ran out of time. It's called Wonder Man, rated TV 14 on Disney Plus, and we both rated it very highly. If you're an actor or interested in voiceover work, you should absolutely watch it. The acting in it is fantastic, even if you are not into Marvel or superheroes. All right, this bookmark this, where we, oh, here we go. Hi, there we are. Visual viewers, I'm here. Every hour we give you a bookmark, which is a URL or a website that we hope you find fun, educational, or at least entertaining. Groundhog.org. Groundhog.org, also known as a whistle pig. Last week, by the way, was Groundhog's Day. And thanks to Bill Murray, one of my favorite movies, of the same name, by the way, we absolutely never forget Groundhog's Day. Whether Phil sees his shadow or he doesn't, it doesn't really affect us much here in the Southern California area. But unfortunately, if you live in one of those colder winter areas like Montana, 6 months out of the year, oh my gosh, he saw his shadow. So that means winter is going to stay for at least 6 more weeks or whatever the superstition is. But if you want to learn more about Punxsutawney Phil and his friends and his neighbors in the little town, you can check out groundhog.org. That's groundhog.org. That is this hour's bookmark this. And before we've brought to you by Swag to the Max and my new line of pirate merchandise, including T-shirts. If you'd like to check out the T-shirts, they're up already on our special store, onlinetonight.com/store. I'll take you to the Swag to the Max people, and the top 3 shirts there are my pirate themed ones. So hopefully you'll check that out. Appreciate your support in that area.
Online tonight.
Our other radio show is a Lamborghini.
Vroom, vroom.
And as a matter of fact, we do own the road. This is Online Tonight. Now here's Max.
All right, very quickly, don't forget I offer free tech support. So if you have a computer or you want to talk about printers, 3D printers, sublimation, you want to talk about Romeo and Juliet's, those are cutters, like vinyl cutters. I'm happy to talk to you about any of that stuff. I'm also dabbling in Olama and anti-gravity, Cloud Code, things like that. I'm happy to talk about that stuff. We can't get too technical here because we want it to be, widely available to a broad audience. So we're not going to get into the bits and the bytes. But I love talking to you about things like that. 1-800-39-online. All right, Chrysler. Chrysler, which is owned by Stellantis, I believe. They own Fiat. They own Ram. They own Jeep. They own Maserati, I believe. Alfa Romeo. Anyway, Chrysler, the division, is recalling 456,000 vehicles and 2,800 tow trailer modules due to a brake light defect. The issue involves improperly designed tow trailer modules. The defect, I don't know why I say defect. I guess it's I've been watching Russian history documentaries, and everybody wants to defect. So is it spelled the same way, Miss Victoria?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's my confusion then. Subtitles. The defect may cause trailer brake lights to not illuminate and cause trailer brakes to fail. That's a crashing risk. That's not good. Affected models include the 2026 Jeep Cherokee, the 2024 to 26 Jeep Wrangler S, the 2025 to 2026 Ram 1500, 2500, 3500, 4500, and 5500. And if you bought a aftermarket third party through their Mopar equipment company, those trailer modules are also affected. Owners can take those vehicles or the installed modules to any Fiat Chrysler dealer, and you'll get a free replacement. Dealers will repurchase recalled modules that haven't been installed yet. So if you have a Mopar in a box, you can take it to them, and they will buy it back, or they'll exchange it for a new one, I think. Owners should have gotten a letter, or will be getting a letter, should be getting a letter by March 24th of this year. Toyota. You don't hear about a lot of recalls with Toyota, but apparently there are some. 160,000 Toyotas. The Tundras, the Tundra hybrids from 2024 and 2025 are being recalled here in the U.S. The issue is a software defect that may prevent the rear view camera image from displaying when shifted into reverse. I am still an old schooler. I like to look back because, you know, that's how I was taught, and I don't rely on cameras all the time because of they're two-dimensional. Depth. The little grid doesn't always help me, especially if the grid moves. The NHTSA, which is like the safety people, they say that the defect reduces rear visibility and it is an increased crash risk, another one of those. Regulators estimate 100% of the recalled vehicles have this problem, this software problem. 61,000 affected vehicles are the 2024 to 25 Tundra hybrid models built between August 17th, 2023 and June of 2025. 99,000 are non-hybrid Tundra models from 2024 to 2025. Those were built between August 8th and June 19th. Toyota became aware of the issue in March of 2025 after field reports. So let's wait a year. With the defect reproduced in July of 2025. Dealers will fix the issue with a free software upgrade to the Parking Assist ECU, which is an electronic control unit for those who need the long version of it. I thought this was weird, and I don't know what cars are actually affected because I don't know. Tesla, Lamborghini, a bunch of other cars have these flush handles. I don't think those are hidden because they're usually...
It's the handles on the inside, not the outside.
On the inside. Okay. Well, China has decided to ban the hidden and retractable door handles in cars and trucks starting January 1st of 2027. All car doors must include a mechanical release function for internal and external handles except for the tailgate. The rule follows safety concerns after fatal EV accidents where electronic doors reportedly failed and passengers were trapped. Kind of like that little glow-in-the-dark T-bar that's in the trunk, right? You got to have a physical wire to attach to the lock so that if your car catches on fire or you get in an accident and something becomes disconnected and you can't open the door. I mean, that makes sense to me. So I get it. And that's what's going to happen in China. I don't know if it's going to happen here. Don't forget, if you missed any portion of the show, you can head over to onlinetonight.com where you can check out the audio archive right there or subscribe to the podcast. Stay tuned.
Online Tonight is produced and copyrighted by Smart Family Media. All rights reserved. Host Maxwell Smart. Producer and other hats worn by Victoria Smart. Views and opinions expressed are those of the host, guest, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, affiliates, or other advertisers.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
"30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
"1 minute past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
1 minute, 30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Two minutes past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Two minutes, 30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Three minutes past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Three minutes, 30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Four minutes past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Four minutes, 30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Five minutes past the hour. 60 seconds to live.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Five minutes, 30 seconds past the hour. 30 seconds to live.
This is Online Tonight.
Online Tonight is live and on the air at 1-800-39-ONLINE. 1-800-396-6546.
Online Tonight.
I love
love that we're doing this, and I love that it's risky. All anyone ever does in this business is follow the pack.
And now, from the craziest city on the planet, this is Online Tonight, on the air toll-free at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. And now, the host of Online Tonight, Max.
All right, welcome to Online Tonight on this crazy Super Bowl Sunday. This is hour 2 of episode number 2097. I am Max Smart, and we are talking tech, pop culture, and more. And that's really pretty much whatever just pops into my head this hour. I want you to think of me as your free tech support. And that's what we've been doing since the 90s. If you have a question about your computer or you need a permission slip to upgrade, maybe you're thinking about running some local AI models via Ollama or LM Studio, or you heard about this ClaudeBot, Moltbot, OpenClaw thing, I'm happy to talk to you about that stuff. You got an issue with your cell phone, your PDA, your watches, any of that fun stuff, I'm happy to talk to you. And that's what we really like to do here. Of course, coming up this hour, we've got our Geek Speak. We have our Bookmark This. Lots of Apple news. Another video game based on a series is in the works. Thank you, because you're right there. And don't kick the boxes on the way out the door. Silly, Victoria. A video game series that's in the works, which I just got, and I'm starting to play. I haven't even got to the main part of the first section yet, but that's all right. We have a review of a new show that is near and dear to some of us. But more importantly, as I mentioned, I want to answer your tech questions, pretty much anything, almost anything. There's no such thing as a dumb question. It can be simple, can be, if it's too complex, obviously we're going to have to level it out because we want it to be usable by everybody. But there's no such thing as a dumb question. Just ask. You might help somebody out. Use our toll-free telephone number, 1-800-39-ONLINE, and that will dial into our Broadcast Bionics Caller One system. Fantastic system. If you want information on that, just let me know, too. I'll be happy to talk to you about that. 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. I like that method the best because I always have follow-up questions and things like that. Victoria is taking your calls, going through your texts and your emails. If you're not listening live, maybe you're listening to the audio archive off the website, onlinetonight.com, or you've subscribed to the podcast, or you're watching the live version or the replay version of the YouTube video. You can always reach out via text and voicemail. And we also have an email address. So let me give you all of that. Text voicemail 951-395-1017. Data rates may apply. Leaving a voicemail is your authorization to broadcast your likeness. The email address is show@onlinetonight.com. Before I jump into Apple News, just want to mention that Govee booth we were there also popped over to Anchor while we were there at CES. They introduced some new stuff there, obviously, like the new Nano Charger with Smart Display. It features a tiny screen, 180-degree foldable prongs, and it can identify the exact iPhone model that's connected, so it delivers the right amount of power. It has special features to help keep the battery cool than some of the other competing 45-watt chargers. You can check out all the Anchor products by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/anchor, onlinetonight.com/anchor. And the show is also brought to you by my new pirate merchandise line, which you can check out. I have pirate-themed shirts, mugs, hats, tote bags. I think that's it. And you can check them out by going to onlinetonight.com/store. Now, Apple news. Apple has updated. Last week, we talked about how Apple has introduced their new Studio, or I think that's what it's called, Studio, where they have 6 or so apps in there, and they have some AI features, but you got to pay a subscription. And you know that you can get some of these things already through the App Store at no at no charge. And so Apple has updated Keynote, Numbers, and Pages across the iPhone, the iPad, and the Mac. Now, some of the new features require that subscription that we talked about, the Apple Creator Studio bundle. The Creator Studio is like $13 a month or $130 a year, at least here in the US. That bundle includes some additional apps like Final Cut Pro, Pixelmator Pro, Motion Compressor, and MainStage. The subscription unlocks some intelligent features and some premium content that works with Numbers and Pages and things like that, as well as Pixelmator Pro. And Freeform is going to be coming with some of this intelligent features. On the iPhone and the iPad, the app updates include both free and paid features in a single download. On Mac, users must install a new Apple Creator Studio Edition, version 15.1, to receive those future features. Older versions like 14.5, they're not going to get those updates. So if you want to stay on the bleeding edge with some of the AI content and the templates and all that stuff, then you might want to go to the Creator Studio, but you'll still be able to get, at least at this point, you'll still be able to get 14.5 and you'll be able to use those, but they're not going to come with any feature updates or anything like that. Also, Keynote is available on Vision OS, which is their VR headsets, and there's a controller for watchOS, so that's there. Free updates for all users include Liquid Glass interface, a new menu bar that's on the iPad OS 26, editable shapes, HDR enhancements in Keynote for better display support. Subscriber-only features will be professionally designed themes and templates, a new content hub with curated photos, graphics, and illustrations, AI-powered image creation and editing tools, super resolution for improved imaging quality or clarity, auto crop image framing suggestions. In Keynote, you're going to get AI-generated slide drafts, presenter notes, and a layout cleanup tool that's currently in beta. In Numbers, you're going to get the Magic Fill for formula and data suggestions, and a larger iCloud collaboration file support of up to 4 gig. So there you are. There's been some updates to iMessage and what is FT? FaceTime. Silly. On older devices. So if you've been running an older version of macOS, say 11.7, or you're running version 10 of watchOS or 9, some of these things have been kind of forgotten when it comes to iMessage and FaceTime, because they've made some changes to the codecs and the way it works, and certificates, by the way, for authentication. The updates extend the certificate required for device activation for iMessage and FaceTime on some older machines. The certificate renewal ensures that these devices will run through January of 2027, so you've got about another 10, 11 months. macOS updates can be installed through the Settings app, by the way, on your Mac. watchOS updates can be installed through the Apple Watch app on your iPhone. watchOS 9.6 is among the final versions supporting devices limited to iOS 16, including iPhone 8, the iPhone 8 Plus, and the iPhone 10. watchOS 10.6 supports the Series 4, Series 5, and the original Apple Watch SE. And then just another thing that Apple released was a new security update for Catalina and for watchOS 6.3.1 on even older devices. So if you're still running some of the old stuff, then, be sure to update so that you're safe. iPad demand surges. Global tablet shipments reached 160 million units for 2025. That's almost a 10% year-over-year increase, with the holiday quarter hitting 44 million units just by itself. Apple shipped 19.6 million iPads in the fourth quarter of 2025. That's over a 16% increase from last year. Apple's market share in the tablet segment has grown to 44.9. Samsung has 14. Lenovo has 8. Huawei has almost 7. I never get it right. XIAOMI, has 6%, and the others take up the additional 18%. That would include like the Fire. Growth was driven by strong demand for the 11th generation iPad and, of course, the M5 iPad Pro. Tablet positioning is shifting toward the ecosystem integration and some AI-driven experiences. What tablets are you using? Let me know. Stay tuned.
Looking for a one-of-a-kind gift or to complete your own collection? Sumerian Collection offers a wide variety of vintage goods with new items added weekly. Books, collectibles, clothing items, jewelry, gadgets, and gizmos galore. Many items are from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, but exclusive finds from earlier time periods become available as well. Rare vintage items include dolls from around the world and foreign language books. Online shopping at Sumerian Collection is a breeze, with Etsy's secure payment processing and shipping to U.S. locations included free with every purchase. Visit SumerianCollection.etsy.com to see what's new and vintage this week. SAMERIAN Collection.ETSY.com. SAMERIAN Collection.ETSY.com. Sumerian Collection.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-908-3082. 800-908-3082. 800-908-3082. That's 800-908-3082.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. And never give in to a meltdown. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never let them have too much screen time. And never bribe them for just one more bite. You say you'd never let them out in public without their hair brushed. Never, ever become a minivan mom. And you'd never give them your phone for a quiet dinner.
Calling boss work phone.
So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive. Like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex. How did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Online tonight.
Geek Speak. Geek Speak.
All right, this hour's Geek Speak where we take a tech term and turn it into plain English right before your very ears, is SSO, which is an acronym. I'll tell you about that in just a moment. This Geek Speak is brought to life by Govee. While we were at CES, Govee showed us some of their new products like the Lumen Bend Plus, which is a color system. This color management system features a new 16-bit precision chip for smoother, more precise color transitions and industry-leading 1000K to 10,000K color temperature ranges. Govee also has a new partnership with Samsung's SmartThings. You can learn more about Govee's products by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/Govee, onlinetonight.com/GOVEE. All right, now, SSO, also known as single sign-on. If you remember last hour, we talked about authentication. So SSO is an authentication method that allows a person to use a single set of login credentials for multiple websites or services. Using SSO minimizes the number of times a user has to log in and the number of passwords they need to remember. So SSO is often used alongside multi-factor authentication, which is the acronym for that is MFA, or two-factor authentication, usually the number 2FA, to increase the level of security used for the single set of credentials. Google and Apple and Facebook, they all provide SSO services for individuals, allowing someone to sign into a new app or a website without creating a separate account for it. And what's cool about those three services, at least with Apple and Google, I don't use the Facebook version, is that you can then go into your Apple or your Google account and you can see what other sites you've logged into. And you can even revoke that because sometimes they get your email address or something like that through the process, and you can say, oh, I don't want to log into this site anymore. So you can actually manage other sites from within your primary login method. Pretty cool. For example, someone who can sign into their Gmail account can also switch over to Google Docs or YouTube without having to sign in again, even though they are under the same company umbrella. They used to be separate, right? But you don't have to worry about it because it remembers your settings between the different groups. And it works with, I've been using some AI image generation stuff, and you can sign in with your Google using SSO. That is this hour's Geek Speak, SSO.
Online Tonight.
All right, phone lines are open, 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. Use that number while we're live, and I'll be happy to give you some free tech support. It dials right into our Broadcast Bionics Caller One system. Fantastic system. If you have questions about that, feel free to call and ask me about that as well. Don't forget, you can follow me on X and Instagram. I use the same account name on both platforms, at Max Smart Radio. Miss Victoria.
Yes, we have a listener question from that came in an email from Judy in Portland.
Mm-hmm.
She says, it drives me nuts when I use my iPhone to search for something and then I can't find that thing on the page I go to. I know how to use Command F F as in Frank, to find things on websites on my computer, but how do I search on a web page while using my iPhone?
Okay. Yeah. All right. I only knew of one way, and then somebody showed me another way, which I think actually takes longer. So I'm going to give you the steps for the longer one first. If you're on an iPhone and you're using Safari, now if you're using a third-party browser, I'm not going to necessarily be able to help you there. I can only tell you how it works in Safari because that's what I use. If you go to a website, say you go to onlinetonight.com, and you are in an episode, and you remember like part of the URL, and you don't remember what hour it was in, or you remember part of the bookmark this or the Geek Speak or whatever, you can go to onlinetonight.com, and then you'll see that share button at the bottom. It's a square with a little up arrow. You click on that, and then you go down the thing. You'll see your normal share icons if you use a lot of iMessage or you want to airdrop it or you want to email it or whatever. Scroll about halfway down and you'll see Find on Page. You click on that and a panel will come up, a search box. and then you type in what you're looking for. So in this case, I want the word scale, as in to scale an image. And it says right on there, for our visual watchers, it says right on there, there are three, we have found the word scale 3 times. And then you can hit the up or down arrow to search the page. Okay? That's like 5 clicks to get there. My way is slightly different. What I do is I go to the top where the URL is. So it would say onlinetonight.com, and it'll have our little logo on the left of that. Just click there. Type the word scale, S-C-A-L-E. You'll get a list. Scroll to the bottom of the list. 5 items found on page. Click on Find Scale, and you'll get that same search bar with the 3 with the up and down button, and you can go and find it now. 1 of 3. I feel that's easier. And then once the search box pops back up, the original URL is filled back in at the top. So the URL bar or the URL text up at the top, you can edit it because maybe you wanted to go to Smart Movie Show, or you wanted to go, to Instagram and follow my account. You could type that in that bar, but you could also type the word you're looking for right in that bar. And then you just scroll down and you select at the bottom of the list, find on page, or find this on the page. And it'll even tell you how many there are there. That I like because it does it in both places. It's just fewer clicks. The reason I like that is I type in the word, like if I look up the word mother on this website, it says on this page, no matches. So there's no point in me clicking find mother on this page because it doesn't exist. So it scans the page for you already before you even have to go in there and get the controls, the up and down controls. So that's fantastic. Or maybe you made a typo and you want to extend it. Maybe you want scalable instead of scale. You can, once you get that search bar, you can retype in a different word, and you can then use the arrows. It'll tell you how many it found. Then you can use the arrows to find the matches. So a couple different ways to do it. Judy, I hope that helps. Let me know which way you like better. You can use the share button, or you can type the word in the URL section at the top. And then you go down to where it says find on, and then you will then be presented with the search controls on finding it in the page. So hopefully that helps. If you're not listening live and you want to ask a question like Judy did, then you can email show@onlinetonight.com. That's how Judy got to us. Or you can always send us a text or a voicemail. And that text number, voicemail number, is 951-395-1017. 951-395-1017. And just to kind of finish off my Apple news, I thought this was kind of interesting. NASA is now going to allow astronauts to take their own iPhones with them to space. I guess they weren't allowed to do that before, but now they can. I don't know what signal they're going to get.
At Bon Voyage Earns, we love our pets. We couldn't imagine our lives without them. But we know that when they pass on, we want to treat them with the respect they deserve, because they're family members too. Bon Voyage Urns makes biodegradable, marine-safe urns for the delivery of pets' cremated remains to a beautiful resting place in the Pacific Ocean. Love them while you have them. Give them a proper send-off when it's time. More information at bvurns.com.
There's no better way to bond with your cats than with a special treat. Lick and Lap by Vitacraft is a healthy 5-pack saucy tureen snack full of a creamy paste that your cats are gonna love. Free from artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives, it's the perfect snack between meals. Lick and Lap is available at Walmart, your local pet stores, and of course, on their website at vitacraft.us.
If you turned 65 recently like me, it's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. But finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to. So make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you.
800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. That's 800-439-7851.
Where do my friends and other students find their voice? We find our voice through the performing arts, along with millions of other high school students. By expressing yourself in a role on stage, through an instrument, or at the debate podium, the performing arts give us freedom to find ourselves, to find our place. The stage is where I can play, perform, and compete with my friends.
Performing arts at your school is where creativity meets courage. Encourage the students in your life to find their voice through the performing arts. This message presented by the NFHS, where we encourage all students to play, perform, and compete together.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
I never realized that I'd be taking care of a 2-year-old and a 9-year-old on my own. I think men can be a little stubborn sometimes where pride gets in the way and they may want the help. They may not know how to ask. With my traditions, with the family support in line, just with my mind frame, I was able to turn a negative into a positive. I knew I needed more tools in my toolbox to take care of these little girls that had just lost their mother. It's time for me to be that father that I knew I could be. I think just being that good role model as well, that models good behavior in front of them, going to work every day, coming home and being able to put on that smile. The biggest reward about being a dad is sitting back and watching your kids be happy.
Never stop being a dad. That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
We're on the air live tonight. 1-800-39-ONLINE. 1-800-396-6546 is the number.
Online tonight.
Your future is in his hands.
Hey, thank you so much for joining me. Greatly appreciate it. My name is Max Smart. The name of the show is Online Tonight, where I give you free tech support. But coming up in this segment, we're going to share with you our review of a special, which someone on the team has a special or a soft spot for. So we'll share with you that in just a moment. Don't forget, you can call our toll-free telephone number, 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. That calls right into our Broadcast Bionics Caller One system. Fantastic system. You can also email or text voicemail us. The email address show@onlinetonight.com, SHOW at onlinetonight.com, and the text voicemail number is 951-395-1017. Before we jump into the special, I have teamed up with Swag to the Max to introduce my new line of pirate t-shirts and other swag. A pun. You can find them by going to onlinetonight.com/store, and my first 3 t-shirts are up there, so please check that out.
From Hollywood.
One very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Blockbusters, tearjerkers, family fare.
Everything is awesome.
What's worth seeing in the theater, and what should you just watch at home?
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Here are your hosts.
My name is Max.
My name's Victoria.
And I know that this particular special on Disney Plus has a warm spot in your heart or whatever. Do you want to share what it is and why it's special to you?
Sure. This is very near and dear to my heart. I don't know that there's a particular reason other than I feel like I grew up with it. I was a big fan of the original Muppet Show, which aired on TV from 76 to 81, I believe. It was a weekly show. And, I think we even played the Muppet Show theme in Pep Band when I was in junior high. And I think that's one of the few shows that new shows that we got on the Armed Forces radio and television system. So it was probably one of those ones you could watch multiple times on the day that it came in because they would play it for the shift workers.
Yeah, the nighttime people.
Yeah. And I've just always been a big fan of the Muppets. I love Kermit and Miss Piggy, and I have a lot of the old merch of them. Just it really kind of near and dear to my heart. And when I was so excited, they tried to bring the Muppet Show back at one point in the last few years, and it didn't work. And I don't remember why that was or what that was about or what it looked like. And I feel like I have to go look at it again to see what it was. Mm-hmm. And then they did the Muppets Mayhem recently, which I really enjoyed, but I think it was too much of a spin-off kind of thing for most people. And
well, some people would say it's a B-side.
Yeah.
Because it's a deep cut because not everybody knows, or thought of the band as a separate entity.
Right. Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem. Anyway, I still have my Muppet Show lunchbox from the original show. I use it as a sewing kit now since I don't carry a lunchbox.
Well, tell us about what actually happened on this particular show. Is it a half-hour show? Is it a 1-hour medley?
Yeah, so this is a special, so that means it's a one-off. They're not saying that they're bringing it back as a regular show, but I would love them to do that. And this is about 32 minutes long, similar in length to the weekly shows that they did. And they did it almost in an identical format. They have the opening number with the title theme song with all the Muppets, and they have an audience. And they used to be an audience of Muppets. Now there are humans in the audience as well, which I think is kind of neat.
And Muppets.
Yeah. Humans and Muppets together in the audience.
Yeah.
Which is a logistical nightmare if you think about it. And it's a variety show. But variety shows are something that kind of went away, but I grew up on them and I loved them, and I used to watch.
If I remember correctly, you were a Donnie and Marie fan. You were a Cher and Sonny fan,
or just Cher when she had her own show.
What about Carol Burnett?
Carol Burnett, yeah,
fantastic.
And any of and then all the Christmas specials that were variety shows, and just interspersing comedy sketches with music numbers and song and dance numbers. And I think that's so entertaining, and it's a nice way to have kind of something for everyone, because you're not stuck watching the same thing if it's not your cup of tea. But if you've got smaller numbers and things interspersed, maybe you don't like one song, but you'll like another one. And this is, it's all the original characters. The voices are not the same. And I know that was your complaint about this, but you have to realize that it's not going to be that way because so much time has passed and we've lost so many of the original performers.
And some of them have just decided they're not doing it anymore. As an example, I mean, the original voice of Kermit the Frog, which is the one we grew up with, was Jim.
Mm-hmm.
And he's no longer with us. And then there were others who took over.
Mm-hmm.
And I was not used to this one, I think. It was because it was new to me, Kermit was.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't heard this actor portray Kermit the Frog before. But you've got all your favorites. So it's just like what you're used to. You've got Kermit. Who is the stagehand guy? You know,
Scooter.
Scooter. Okay. So you got everybody that you're used to. Fozzie Bear and Kermit and Miss Piggy and Gonzo and you've got
Statler and Waldorf.
Yeah, Statler and Waldorf, who basically, for me, make the whole thing because I just love how bitter they are about everything all the time. So you have that, and that's fun for me. And then you have a guest. You always have like a guest, and then Miss Piggy, if it's a female guest, is always super jealous and trying to keep them away from Kermit, and I don't want to have my scenes cut, and she plays her diva the way she plays her diva, and she does it very well. And so you have all the elements that you're used to. It was just because we have such affection for the show and a long history because we're older, we've been exposed to those particular voices for a really long time. So when you get something new, you just kind of have to get used to it. But for a new audience who's just being introduced to it for the first or maybe the second time, no, you won't even notice. You know, it was just a little distracting at first, but I got over it very quickly.
You had some questions, too, about the choice of Sabrina Carpenter as the guest. But I think she was perfect for it because, one, she's a singer, and two, she's an actress. And she got her start with Disney. So, you know, she was on a Disney series, and she got her start in music with Disney. So I think it was quite fitting. Yes, some of her material, there's a wink, and there's a little bit of more adult humor, which I think the original show had as well, where certain guests were a little more risque.
We just didn't get it.
We just didn't get it because we were kids. So
what I'm saying is
she's very popular.
That some Disney child stars who grow up and then do more adult content, not like adult content, but more mature lyrics and revealing outfits and stage presence and, you know, body painting on stage and some of these other things that may or may not be as kid friendly as what Disney Channel is used to. They have not always embraced them back into the fold.
Mm-hmm.
And I was surprised. I think that's what I was trying to share was, wow, I'm surprised they put her on. So maybe it's not a kid's show. Maybe the Muppets has never actually been marketed to kids, and maybe that's my question to you.
I think that's true. People get confused because Muppets are on Sesame Street. And yes, you've
Muppet-like characters.
Muppet-like characters, but yes, I mean, I'm pretty sure that Kermit the Frog was on Sesame Street more than once.
All right, so the analogy I would use is The Simpsons are for the family. Archer and Rick and Morty are for adults, right? So what you're saying is the Muppets, even though they may have childlike characters, it's an adult-focused program.
No, I still think that they're
not foul.
Right. I still think that they're a family show, not just for adults, but for the whole family, like some other Disney products where the whole family can watch them together, but there's enough more mature stuff to keep the parents from getting bored.
All right. So they get away with more.
Yeah.
All right. We're talking about the special, The Muppet Show from 2026.
5 out of 5 for me.
5 out of 5. Okay. Rated TV, PG on Disney Plus. It's a one-off, and it's only 30 minutes. I'm going to give it a 4. Would you give it a 5?
I gave it a 5. I love the Muppets so much.
Okay.
I teared up a couple times.
Oh, my gosh. There were some funny scenes, and I liked how Miss Piggy got wet and then fell in the water with her boots. Stay tuned.
If you're an author interested in turning your works into audiobooks, Narrate Your Own Book is for you. Since 2005, David H. Lawrence XVII has taught 3,000 students the ins and outs of voiceover work, including narration of audiobooks. As an author, your curriculum includes more than the performance and recording aspects of narration. You also learn how to prepare your manuscript to become an audiobook and market it once it's finished. Visit narrateyourownbook.com for more information and a sample class. narrateyourownbook.com.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We call ourselves ASAP Travel for one reason. We can help you book a ticket ASAP. For those of you that don't know, that means as soon as possible. That means no wait time. You get through right away. No searching online. Our specialty is the lowest available fares on the big name airlines. You know them. We can't tell you their names. You can fly domestically or internationally and save more money than you could if you call the airlines directly. Our proprietary software goes underneath the hood of the major airline booking systems and finds you the best rates available. So if you're ready to make your travel plans right now, business or vacation travel, we have all the major airlines, always at great rates. Call ASAP Trips and we'll have your ticket in your inbox in 15 minutes. Call this number now.
800-515-4035. 800-515-4035. 800-515-4035. That's 800-515-4035.
Mama, what does the chicken say?
Chicken. Oh, okay.
And wolf?
Oh, a wolf.
Ooh! What about the tiny dog? Cat? Owl? Dolphin? What does the turkey say? Whale?
Whale sound.
Do the giraffe.
Giraffe, really? Okay. Giraffe. Giraffe.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
tonight.
Hey, bookmark this.
All right, this hour is Bookmark This, where we give you a website that we hope you find fun, educational, or at least entertaining. Is a long one, so I've put the website on the show notes. Just go to onlinetonight.com, look for episode number 2097 and hour 2. It is Kadaza.com/Valentine's Day. I don't want to have to spell it, but I'll give it to you a couple more times. Kadaza, Kadaza.com/Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, as you know, is coming up, and this page has already bookmarked all the sites you'll need for planning activities or sending messages, buying gifts, flowers to jewelry to maybe DIY projects, gifts, movie tickets, travel plans, dinner reservations, and more. You can find all of that at this website. Kadaza.com/Valentine's Day. Kadaza.com/Valentine's Day. And remember, I have put the link in the show notes for you. Hour 2, episode number 2097. This bookmark has been brought to you by Paramount Plus. The 3rd season of School Spirits is here with 4 episodes already streaming, with a new one dropping each and every Wednesday until the season is done, which is on March 4th. You can find out all Paramount Plus has to offer by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/stream, onlinetonight.com/STREAM.
Online tonight.
Listen, rinse, repeat. This is Online Tonight. Now, here's Max.
All right, we were just talking about The Muppets, which is on Disney Plus, and that's a fun thing to do. I think both of the movie reviews for this weekend was Disney Plus related, and so I thought I'd throw in another little bit of Disney info for you, or knowledge. I don't know how much you follow the company, whether you have stock or maybe you're 401k or maybe you're a day trader and you follow the entertainment business a little bit. Well, then you might be interested to find out that Disney has named Josh D'Amaro, currently the chairman of the Experiences Division, to be the next CEO, replacing Bob Iger. Dana Walden is promoted to President and Chief Creative Officer, or CCO. Both roles will take effect March 18th alongside Disney's annual meeting. Josh will be joining Disney's board at the same time. Board Chairman James Gorman praised Josh's leadership, innovation, strategic vision, and understanding of Disney's creative spirit. Josh expresses gratitude to the board and Bob Iger, emphasizing the company's creative teams and future growth. Iger will step aside from his CEO duties, continuing as an advisor and a board member until the end of the year, and then he's expected to retire. The CEO succession ends a public multi-year internal and external search, with Josh and Walden long considered the top internal candidates. I don't know why I call Josh and Dana Walden. It's Josh D'Amaro. I don't know why I do that. There's no real reason for it. I just noticed it myself. Dana, it's not like I'm on a first-name basis with either of these people, praised her leadership in entertainment and creative expertise. Key executives Alan Bergman and Jimmy Pitaro, that's what I'm gonna go with, are gonna keep their existing roles. Josh D'Amaro's leadership of Disney's $60 billion experience division, including new attractions, cruise ships, and the new Abu Dhabi park, helped, I guess, him get his position as CEO. D'Amaro emphasizes content and storytelling as central to Disney's strategy and has maintained strong relationships with the creatives, aka Imagineering. Iger's era noted for growth, creative excellence, innovation, and strengthening Disney's leadership bench. Some people would say he's thrown out a lot of bombs in the movie space. And the only real profitable division over the last decade that's been fairly consistent has been theme parks, even with, the times when we weren't allowed to go outside. So there you go. For the holidays, I got a video game, and I am still struggling to get through it, but I'm going to keep plugging away because that's the way it is, and I like it. It's like a Dungeons and Dragons game. You get to roll your dice on your attacks, and you take damage, and so it's very D&D-like, but it's in a video game thing where you use your controller to move around. It's called Baldur's Gate 3. I thought I needed to give you a little bit of that history before I jumped into the actual news. Well, Baldur's Gate is being adapted into an HBO television series. Greg Mazin, the co-creator of Last of Us, which is also based on a video game, will create, write, executive produce, and be the showrunner for the series. So it looks like it's in good hands. The show will continue the story after the events of Baldur's Gate 3. I did not know that. I now know that. And I haven't gotten even through half of the first act. And I haven't, and apparently it's a 3-act game. So it's going to continue on from there. I don't know what that means because I haven't gotten to the end of the game yet. The original video game creators, Larian Studios, apparently has no involvement in the series, other than they may have shared what the idea of a sequel might be, but they have no creative control, apparently. Mazin spent nearly 1,000 hours in Baldur's Gate 3, and expressed excitement about continuing the story with respect to the original creators and Dungeons & Dragons lore. Baldur's Gate 3 is currently available for purchase on PlayStation.com with a 25% discount through February 25th. I got mine through Steam, and I run it on a Macintosh. So it is a multi-architecture game. Now, there are some challenges on the Mac, as an example. In Act 3, sometimes you got to lower your frame rate and your resolutions and stuff because there's a lot going on, but I haven't gotten there yet, so I haven't experienced any problems. Don't forget, if you missed any portion of the show, you can head over to onlinetonight.com. This is episode number 2097. We have the show notes. We have the bookmark this for each and every hour. We have just a little rundown of what we talked about, your questions and comments. We have the audio archive right there. You can subscribe to the podcast. There's links to the YouTube replay if you want to be a visual audience member. There, you can donate via crypto to the charity that we support. And you can check out our merch, our new pirate-themed shirts, onlinetonight.com/store.
Online Tonight is produced and copyrighted by Smart Family Media. All rights reserved. Host Maxwell Smart. Producer and other hats worn by Victoria Smart. Views and opinions expressed are those of the host, guest, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, affiliates, or other advertisers.